Do you guys have the same tattoo?
Yeah, the shades and everything.
Hey, Dillon, you have the same tat as him?
No, hold on, I can't really hear you. How do I do this?
You gotta turn your volume. Turn your volume up on your phone. Oh no, you have to hit the speaker button. I think maybe.
Let's see. Can I hear you now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yo.
Kind of hard to hear you. Maybe should I put headphones?
AirPods might work. Yeah.
All right, hold on a second. Let me get headphones. I didn't realize I only have my phone. That's
Why do you guys have the same tattoo?
You're top cheese. That's why.
So wait, should I get it then?
You should. Do you have any tattoos?
Well, it's haram, right, Andrew, to get tats?
Yeah. Is it? A lot of things are haram.
True. Wait, but Andrew, in Islam and the Muslim culture, in the religion, is if you had tattoos, Andrew, if you had tattoos prior to conversion, right? Like it's okay, right?
Yeah, it's reversion, yes. And I'm not an Islamic scholar. I'm still learning along with everybody else. And I'm very careful about talking about the religion because I believe it's a beautiful religion. And I have a lot of respect for it. And I don't want to ever get anything wrong. But when you revert, all of your sins are forgiven.
Gotcha.
So, yes.
Yo, Dylan, what's good?
This is not really working.
What the fuck is he wearing?
Oh, there you go. Okay, yeah, we're good. Well, I have no shirt on. Take your shirt off.
Okay.
Andrew, did you see me and him train or not?
I saw you. I saw him on the ground crying.
I was trying to man him up, but it's pretty tough, to be honest.
Does he even try and fight back, or does he just like squirm like a little girl and stuff?
Nah.
Shut up!
Nah, he just squirms like a little girl.
Dude,
you did. You know you did.
You're out of my fucking weight class.
Actually, we might be the same weight, to be honest. I think, why are you putting your shirt back on? You feeling uncomfortable?
Because you make me feel insecure. I have to take a bathroom break. I'm going to go pee. All right? You guys go ahead and catch up. Be back.
So when's the fight, Dillon?
October 14th.
Chat, let me know if there's
now
any
I'm getting lawsuits up the ass, man. I don't know what to do. It's just bullshit. Quarter every day.
It's called lawfare, bro. That's what they do. That's what this has always been the primary weapon of the Matrix, lawfare. They just attack you with lawsuits and they try and drain you financially and try and distract you. It's endless.
I think Logan doesn't want me to show up. I think that's where I'm at right now. I think he doesn't want to fight me. I think he's just trying to get me to pull out somehow, so then he looks like the hero, you know? I don't know. It's bullshit. Because this is all going through him, you know? And even if I win the case, right, I still have to pay over $400,000 in just attorney fees, lawyer fees. So it's like just bullshit. When I'm promoting a fight, this is the biggest fight he's ever done or event he's ever done. And I made the whole event. Like, it's just bullshit, man.
Well, you did make the event interesting. I'll give you that. I have to be, you certainly made it interesting.
For jiu-jitsu, you got to be boxing. I have to do something. Come on. I mean, we're not going to talk about me and him boxing. We're both not boxers. Like, it has to be something else, you know?
And you chose an interesting topic. I'm trying to stay neutral because I'm in the middle of a judicial process. And
I know.
What I say, you know?
I know.
I can say that you've made it interesting. Let's put it that way.
No, I mean, I'm gonna say, I'll be honest. You did, Dylan.
But one thing I'll tell you, this would have never worked if it wasn't Logan, if he wasn't a scumbag, and if it wasn't true what was being like all the stuff I put out about his girl is real. Everything is real, and that's the only reason it works. And I never said anything about her. I never put like you're a whore, this or that. I just put pictures up and I just let the people decide. So that's how it went. And like I think it would only work against Logan. Like if I was talking about Dustin Poirier or something like that, or someone else, I don't think it would have worked as like the same way. So that's my opinion on it.
Dylan,
and I'm not getting any back end. So he's making all the money off this, and now he's trying to sue me. So like, fuck him, man. So,
okay. What do you think, Aiden?
I'm saying, if you're being sued up the ass, are you guys still gonna fight?
Yeah, we're supposed to, yeah. But like, what's the point in this? Like, I'm getting another lawsuit every single day. I have to go to the gym. I got guys waiting at the gym trying to fucking serve me papers. I can't even go to the gym. Now they doxed my fucking apartment. Now I'm trying to get swatted all the time. Like, it's fucked up.
Welcome to the club. We've all been swatted. Me, Andrew, and you now. So, welcome to the club.
I guess so. Yeah, it's just bullshit, bro. It's just fucking with the training. But he's an easy fight, so I really don't mind.
I can't wait. Yeah, it's lawfare. It's endless. And I like to consider myself an arbitrator of truth. I like to consider myself a pretty fair guy. What you just said is pretty fair. You're presenting information without comment, and you're allowing people to come to their own conclusions.
And the only reason I'm getting more upset now at her and I'm going at her is because she's suing me, and she's suing me over trying to lie, saying I hacked her Snapchat in 2014 on an iPad. I'm like, what the hell I don't even know who the hell you were in 2014. Like, it's all bullshit stories trying to make me look like a bad guy that hacked their stuff. Never hacked anybody's stuff. Those pictures are all easily found online, you know? Like, I could prove that everything was online already. So even though
Chat, Dillon or Logan, who y'all got in the boxing
I
match?
still have to pay my attorney fees and my lawyer fees. This case can go on for 2-3 years. So like, it's just bullshit, you know. I'd rather give that money to people or to the people that he scammed in that sense.
Yeah, that's how lawfare works. They attack you endlessly. And I mean, Logan and I have had our disagreements in the past. That's certain. But
I thought he was an entertainer, you know. I thought he would have understood the promotion side of this, you know. So I guess not. I guess he can't handle it. He's egotistical. He can't handle when he gets the fire put back on him and he can't control the narrative. He just sues. So just like a
Chris, yo, Dillon, later this week or next week, would you be down to do what I did with Fury and KSI? Would you and Logan be down to come into Discord together on my stream?
I don't know. I mean, sure. I don't mind doing that stuff with him. It's just he talks over you. He yells. He kind of does this whole WWE thing. It's just like really annoying to talk to. But I mean, I don't mind. He doesn't. And whenever you make a good point, he'll just be like, he'll go to the next thing, and then he'll just like try to start yelling again and try to not let you prove a point. He's just really like, you know, he doesn't know how to have a discussion.
Okay.
do you think he's happy with his relationship?
I think now, no, I don't think so. I think he didn't know a lot of things that I know, and I know a lot of things that I don't put out there. That how many guys that she's done, like it's some crazy shit that she's a crazy girl. Like I don't know. I mean, he might be happy, but I don't know. I think he's going to get divorced. He's going to get half his money taken in a couple of years.
Jesus.
But I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not here to personally attack anybody, but I do think in my personal experience, I'll speak from my own personal experience. In my personal experience, women who have been with lots of guys, they struggle to stay dedicated to a guy.
Yeah. Especially the girl that has been with over celebrities-wise, probably 20, 30 celebrity men. And then regular guys, probably over 100, and maybe more that I know of that I haven't put out there. And like guys that I like, there's guys that are in the city, like just like club guys that have dated her for like months on end, taking her to weddings, in like multiple groups. You know, she grew up in New York City, so she was just like that kind of normal socialite girl that dated every single club guy, stuff like that. He was actually presented, so the way he was presented to her is from a club guy. He's a promoter. And basically, like, you know, when you go out, and you guys probably have done this, like, you know, you go out with a promoter, they want to bring you chicks, and they do that kind of thing just to, like, look good. So he was actually brought her by a club promoter, and then he ended up marrying her. That's how they got together. That's the story.
There's a reason why men value innocence in women, and I think the innocence it's very attractive to us instinctually, and I think
I don't agree with you.
Let's be honest. Let's cut the shit, right? We're living in a world now where me saying that female innocence is respected is enough for me to get demonized and them to put me in jail and attack me with the full fucking attack. They'll put me through lawfare. You're going through lawfare now, Dillon. They put me with lawfare criminal for saying that women's innocence is respected. But we know, all men intrinsically know, that female innocence has always been respected. Promiscuous females have never been respected since the dawn of human time in any culture, in any religion, in any country. Even the West, only 50 years ago, promiscuity was massively frowned upon. I think that every single holy text, it doesn't matter what religion you are, speaks the same thing about how important it is to avoid female promiscuity. And there's a special bond between a man and a woman when she hasn't been with a bunch of other men. There's a special bond, and it's tangible, and you can feel it and you can see it. And I know it's hard in the Western world today, but if I get married, I mean, the white dress is supposed to mean virgin, G. You know, like, okay, virgin's a bit extreme, perhaps, but a lot of women as well. I think a big problem that a lot of men make, they want to marry women, or women want to get married, and the man is confused because he thinks she likes him, but she doesn't want to be a wife. She wants to get married. She wants to Instagram. She wants to flex. She wants the lifestyle.
The lifestyle.
She wants to dress.
Yep.
She wants the attention. She wants all of that. She doesn't want to dedicate herself to her man and be an actual wife. And in my experience, is another thing that I find quite interesting. Sometimes the girls who have done the most heinous things with the worst histories are the ones who are the most obsessed with marriage because they want to wipe the slate clean. and they want to pretend that there's something they're not, and they want it all to be forgotten. So they're the ones that push for the marriage the hardest. No, marry me, marry me, marry me, marry me, and they'll hold off on sex and pretend to be a good girl and all this garbage. I want the wedding because they're trying to prove something to themselves because they feel inside themselves they've done some bad shit they shouldn't have done.
But they can't change, Andrew. They are who they are. At the end of the day, they're just trying to hide it. But they're always
She's getting up there in age too. She's 31, so she's getting out of that prime of going out and doing all that shit. You know, every guy's gonna find the newest 19, 20-year-old and bring them on their yachts, not the 31-year-olds. There's a reason she's looking for marriage. But Candace Owens put it in a good way, where she was saying how women think when they're younger it's cool to go party and do all this shit and take pictures of all the celebrities and fuck every athlete. But then when they realize that every guy basically he's just going to go for the younger girl and you're getting older and the guys don't want to marry that, you know? So she put it like perfectly. And like she's a woman and she like, you know, she has great values and stuff like that, and she explained it perfectly. But yeah, no, exactly.
Well, yeah, and Candace is an amazing woman. I know her very well. I know her husband very well as well. They're amazing people. But that's the reason society is so broken, because we're living through a history now. We're living through a version of reality. This is the first time in human history where women could be so openly promiscuous. None of us know how to handle it. Women don't know how to handle it.
Money from it, so they're like, okay, why not? Like, I'm 20 years old. I can put my OnlyFans and make $500K a year. But then when they get older, they're like, holy shit. Now I got to deal with all this repercussions of me putting all my body out there. But that's, I don't know. I'm not a woman, but you know.
Okay, right? Because men don't know how to handle it. We don't know how to find wives, and women don't know how to handle it. I don't think women can deal with the psychological trauma of being with a bunch of men and nearly as well as they pretend they do. They can pretend they don't mind.
Chat,
but I
where's
think
the
when
best
they're
place
alone
to
in
meet a
bed
girl,
in the
chat?
deep dark night, they regret a lot of the things they've done. And it's the first time we're in history now where women are living out these lives and they're being encouraged by the Matrix. And nobody, either male or female, truly knows how to handle this unique scenario we're in. The happiest women I know have been with very few men, or one man or two men in their entire life. The happiest women I know, happily married, happy. So I don't know. I mean, perhaps I'm a terrible person. Perhaps I'm this big evil misogynist like they say I am. But I think that a woman is happier when she keeps herself.
I just think that you have the balls to say whatever a man wants to say, but doesn't want to say because they don't want girls.
Because we understand that.
Because like ever since I started
psychological damage,
every girl unfollowed me. You know, it's like, so it's hard. I think you just say what men actually want to say but don't want to say. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, we respect innocence, because it's innocence that encourages us to protect and provide. We respect that innocence in a woman. I certainly do. And I've done podcasts before where they're like, oh yeah, I've done like Fresh and Fit and blah blah blah, and the girls are like, oh yeah, but I'm great in bed. I said, I don't want you to be good in bed. I want you to be innocent and pure. I want you to have a pure heart. I don't give a shit about how much practice you've had on dick. I don't want to hear that. That's not interesting.
But like, it's a weird dynamic. But I mean, I guess fuck him, bro. It's a fight, and he shouldn't be doing all this suing shit with all this bullshit. It's just like, you know, we're just promoting. But I guess she can't handle it. She follows it.
Like I said, I've had my disagreements with Logan. I've had whatever, he hated me, and he was fully Matrix when I got canceled and blah blah. I don't know the dude, but yeah, I agree with you there. When it comes to fight promotion, all gloves are off. Like, I don't think there should be lawsuits involved. You should be able to say whatever it takes to get views, and I think you've done a fantastic job. And you're right, he owes you a favor to a degree, because you've certainly brought attention to the fight. That can't be denied.
It's true.
And
he's very egotistical from what I heard. I don't know him personally, but I heard that whoever is around him, if they don't agree with what he does, he agrees on, he kicks them out of their group and makes them sign NDAs where they can't talk about things. And so he's just an egotistical like maniac, and he can't handle that I'm making a narrative that he can't control. So he's trying to shut me up, you know, kind of like what you're going through, but like, you know what I mean? It's fucked up.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the interesting thing isn't even the fight so much now. The interesting thing is across the next 5 to 10 years, if they stay together or not, right? Because if they make it work, then nothing matters. But if they don't make it work,
yeah, exactly.
A lot of conversation.
That's what I was told too. I heard that too. Dillon, someone had told me. They said like Dillon won the fight if Logan and his wife don't make it. Like that. I mean, it's like I just, man. I look, Dillon. I'm gonna be honest though, bro. Like, I just want to see you two just get. Wait, when is it? October? When is it?
14, like 4 weeks, 4.5. Yeah, like less than almost 4 weeks now.
Like you made
It's an easy fight. It's an easy fight. We should be fighting MMA with all this talk. It should be.
If it was MMA, you would win 100%. I told you. For the box,
he guaranteed me a rematch in MMA, but we'll see if he's not a man of his word, but fuck him.
I do think also, I want to say something. I know America is the most failed nation in the world, but there are a lot of women in the world, especially in other places, and especially in America as well. There's a lot of women who understand exactly what we're saying and understand that their purity is an asset and it should be protected at all costs. There are a lot of women who actually very much understand, for me to be respected, I need to make sure that I'm not promiscuous. And I think even women intrinsically understand this. If you see a woman insult another woman, what do they call them? They call them a slut. It's the first insult.
That's true. That's true. It's the first.
The girls that get mad are the ones that are already done it, that are in New York City, that were 23, 24, and all the guys had cocaine at 6 a.m. and they were doing it their whole lives, and now they get older and they stop, and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, fuck, what do? I can't go against this because like everybody already knows I've done it. So then they're like, oh, fuck, these guys are misogynists and this whole thing. And it's like, I'm not misogynist. I love girls. I said this. I love sluts. Like I don't know. It's a weird dynamic how I got into this whole thing because I'm not like the big misogynist guy, but
misogyny is another weapon. Is another word they've weaponized, and they just throw it around. It's not misogynistic.
Now I'm like,
it's not misogynistic to have an opinion, and it's not misogynistic to have a standard. For me to wake up and say, I want a wife who has been exclusive or has been very hard to access, that doesn't make me a bad person. For the same reason a woman's allowed to say, I want a man who can buy me lunch. It's just a standard, and we're allowed to have standards. They've attacked masculinity to such a point now where if you have any kind of standard as an individual, they're going to call you a misogynist. You're not allowed to hold women accountable for anything. Their own actions, what they've done, their past, their history. No, you're not allowed to have an opinion on it, or they're going to call you misogynistic, which is obviously insane. And that's what they're going to do. So that's the obvious weapon they're going to attack you with.
Logan was trying to attack me. He's like, you banged this many girls, this and that. And I'm like, I don't even know what to say to him. I'm like, are you really going down this route right now? Like, you're trying to say I'm like, I don't know what he was trying to say. He was like, I'm a male slut, and like how when a guy does it, it's so cool, but when a girl does it, it's not cool. And I was like, okay, I don't know what point you're trying to prove, but he's just like, I don't know. He's just like trying to put in his whole head, and he's trying to save himself, and he you know, he can't handle it. He can't handle the man. He's not a fighter, and I didn't, you know, I realized that before. I thought he was an entertainer, and I thought that I could, you know, have a dance partner that's we're selling a fight, and we both do have bad blood. But he's not a fighter. He can't handle like all this, like, you know. He just can't handle the fight game. He's not built for the fight game. He's built for the WWE. So that's why he's trying to look for a way out now. I think he's not a good fighter. He's a singular shot fighter. He's gonna gas out. He's on steroids. He's EPO. I don't know what he's on. He's on something. He's gonna gas out, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. So I'm gonna beat the shit out of him, and then I'm gonna beat the case, and then I'm gonna. This is the best comeback ever. And then we rematch in MMA, and then I strangle him unconscious in 20 seconds. So, I mean, that's how this is all going to go. You fight MMA, right, Andrew, or not?
Yeah, I've had 4 professional MMA fights. They're on YouTube somewhere. I'll retweet them. I fought MMA, and I fought K1 primarily, so I'll put them up. But
did you still train jiu-jitsu or no?
Nah, I was never much of a grappler. Reasons for it, but also one of the reasons for it is because we understand that psychological damage affects everybody, and breakups are psychologically damaging. And as a man, you're supposed to have scars, and you're supposed to go through difficult things and have trials and tribulations and be a damaged person to be a good man. The best men have had hard lives, but I don't think the best women have had hard lives. I think a woman who's been through a bunch of trauma usually ends up struggling to some degree, and she doesn't manage to dedicate herself fully to the next relationship. And I mean, I'm not here to wish any harm on anyone. Like I said,
neither. I don't hope they get.
I'm in a very interesting situation, but
yeah, of course.
Yeah,
and I don't wish they divorce, and I don't wish all these bad things on them. I mean, like that doesn't bother me. I was just putting facts out there. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't really give 2 shits about the kid's life. I hope he goes on and whatever, you know, fuck it, does what he has to do. But you know, it's a fight at the end of the day. We're promoting a fight, and
yeah, when you're promoting a fight, all gloves are basically off. I mean, yeah, that's how fights are promoted, right?
Especially when it's 2 guys. I mean, one guy I never boxed, and the second guy never won a fight. So what are we gonna talk about? Our left and right hooks? Like, no one wants to hear about that shit.
When's the fight?
This fight would never been talked about. You know what I mean? So I had to make it interesting. So there's a reason that he picked me. I make trouble, I make drama, and I did it. And I'm making him a shit ton of money. So
you did it, bro.
Yeah.
You did it. It can't be denied. You did it. And as for the future and what it holds for him, I guess it's his decision. I guess he feels like he knows her in a way that other people don't know her. But we can only talk from our personal experiences. And I think that men as a whole, all across the planet, all men value or all men respect women who are extremely exclusive or have extreme.
What is a lot of, sorry to interrupt. What is considered for a girl a lot of bodies or a lot of What would you guys consider a lot of?
What would you say, Aiden, first?
I think it depends on the age. Is that a good?
Okay.
Okay, so like I would say my age, under.
Well, she's 31. She's 31. So you're going at her age. If you're going to marry a 31.
Okay, so if I was 30 years old nowadays if I'm 30 years old and I'm not specifically I'm not gonna personally attack Logan or anything like that or Nina.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I'm just saying if I was 30 years old and I'm going for another 30-year-old, I mean, dude, Andrew, these girls lie all the time about their bodies. You never fucking know. You can't tell.
Yeah.
So
let's be honest. If you go to a club and you fuck a girl on the first night, do you really think you're the special one that you exactly? So you know they're doing it all the time.
what's the average girl? Would you guys say?
Aiden, I'm going to disagree with you there because I know what you're saying. They do lie. But I also think you can tell. I think that it's easy. It's easy to get like deluded, and it's easy to get led down the garden path, which is an English expression. It's easy to get led by a girl, and she can lie to you, and you can fall for the tricks. But I do think that part of you knows you're being lied to, and you just like to believe in the delusion. I think you can tell for some reason. I don't know why. I've always been able to tell. I can just tell. I have like spider senses. I'm just like
Andrew. Can you tell by the way she acts, how she treats herself, how the way her behavior is, or do you tell by like? If she, in the bedroom, if she like knows what she's doing extra well, like how do you really tell her? Like, what's the way to tell?
I think it can be a combination of things. But you know what's actually what can be most scary? I think that's a trap a lot of men fall for. Is that sometimes the coolest chicks are the ones who have been done so much shit that they almost seem like, oh, they're really cool and down to earth and they're really funny and nothing really bothers them and they're relaxed. But I think that's almost like part of them has died. I'll be honest. If you meet a girl and you're her second or third man, she's going to be a bit crazy over you. She's going to be obsessive over you. And
I agree.
She's going to be a bit, if you get these girls who are just super cool, when I meet a girl and she's super like down to earth, super cool, and she's like, yeah, whatever, yeah, no problem. They can be the funnest ones to hang around with, but secretly like, nah, she's a little bit too cool.
So what's a lot of bodies for?
I've always been able to tell, and in my personal experience and the people I know around me, etc., I think there's definitely a link. You can probably pull up a study on this somewhere. I think that the less sexual partners a person's had, the more likely they are to stay loyal to their husband. I think that's pretty well studied.
Okay, fair enough. But what is a lot of bodies nowadays? I think when we were 30, bro.
Also too, like if we're out in Miami, right? I mean, obviously might be, I don't know how wrong for you, but like if I'm out and I'm in Miami and that girl approaches me and I probably would do it that night. Or we're talking about marriage, it's a totally different thing.
Fair enough. I agree. There's a difference between a hoe and a queen. I agree with you guys fully on that.
Like if I'm out at 11 at 12 o'clock and she comes around and like,
she knows what's up. She knows what she's doing. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Listen.
No, I know, yeah.
So, what you're saying is different.
Okay, so can you guys tell me what's the average body count? Not the average, but what's the average body count for a girl that's 20 and 30?
I can talk from what I can do is I can give you a personal experience. If I were like, all right, so here's how I approach life, or I think how a lot of men approach life. I can't talk about myself right now because of my legal situation, but let's talk about how men approach life. I think there's a lot of men out there who understand there's a difference between fun girls and good girls.
Yes.
And I don't think that it's a problem if you don't get the two confused. I think if you get the two confused and you take a fun party girl and get convinced she's a good girl, I think you get wrecked.
That's your problem.
And I think also if you treat a good girl like a party girl, you can also get wrecked because you'll lose to good girls. So you have to be very perspicacious, understand what you're dealing with. If I was to marry a chick, I would never marry a woman who had been with more than 5 guys. Ever.
Andrew, can you convert?
I'm going to hang around with a chick, party with a chick, whatever.
Andrew,
I don't think I'd even.
Andrew, can you convert a party girl from degeneracy to like a queen, or is that possible? Like whether it's
I don't know.
Whether it's religion or like, can you convert a party girl to a queen?
Well, why would you? I think you could if you have a strong enough frame and you're a high value enough man. But why would you want to do that?
That's true because it's like they already have the tendencies and shit, and like it's like
why would you want to?
Yeah,
genuine.
Yeah, it's true.
You always got to think too is like, do you think this girl would marry Logan if he wasn't Logan Paul and they have all this money and all this stuff? Like, do you think that she would still be with him? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we weren't talking about that.
Think about that every single day. You know what I mean? Like, she probably wouldn't.
Yeah. Okay, but like, so
like if he was some regular Joe Schmo and he still looked like Logan Paul, he wouldn't be married.
Okay, my generation, I just feel like is cooked, bro. I don't know, Andrew. Like,
the Western world's hard, G. To find a wife in the West is hard.
Yeah, it's fucked, I think, now, bro. Like, Andrew, I'm gonna be honest, like it's like cool now for girls to like listen to like this, yes, bitch, like that type of music, like yeah, fuck them, my booty pink, my booty hole brown, like it's cool to like rap about like fucking guys and playing them and like fucking them and like stealing from them. I don't know, it's like a flex for girls to like, yeah, girl, be on your hot girl shit, period, sis. Like it's cool to like fuck guys and then like play them and shit. It's like girls rap about it. They like want to be like them and shit. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's it. That's fun. So like, that's why you look at Miami, right? Some of the most beautiful women in the world are in Miami, and Miami's amazing to party. You can party in Miami and have a bunch of fun with girls, but you're not going to find a wife in Miami.
It's impossible. It's not happening. But Andrew, you might be able to find a girl outside of Miami, like that's not from Miami, like in Florida specifically. Like you could find someone outside the city.
So it depends what you're looking for. So me personally, and I talk from personal experience, if I marry a woman